and welcome to another episode of the Dose and a Half Cincos podcast. I am your host, David. With me is Stu.
That's me. Your favorite half chino.
And the other, as always, is Ben. Say hello, Ben.
My name's David.
And unfortunately, this week we are missing Sean once again. He is on deep undercover assignment. Right, guys?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna let you. Drown on that one.
I'm just gonna drink all this water and then not say anything.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess the Popeye's chicken sandwich update this week. I went back to the same one that I normally go to.
Yeah.
And they just like straight up put a poster up. They paid money. They designed it. Someone, graphic artist, put it together, made a Photoshop file, printed out a poster, just to say that they don't have any, and that it was like an empty sandwich wrapper. Like, oh, be right back. Like, so
how could you possibly run out of like chicken? Like, period.
I mean, I think it's the fact that they do have chicken for tenders and for the legs and thighs and breasts, but the chicken sandwich actually uses a chicken patty, right?
Yeah,
not chicken patty.
Like
chicken breast.
It's a chicken breast.
Yeah, it's a fillet.
It's a boneless chicken breast that's specially made for that chicken sandwich, and they just don't have that.
Right.
I guess they were woefully underprepared for the surge of people that wanted it.
They were underprepared for the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I guess
that's why I am casting from outside the Popeyes in Garden Grove. I will be moving
were
once.
You successful?
I mean, I'm still here.
You're still at the Popeyes outside in Garden Grove.
I'm moving back as soon as I get that sandwich. And that's why I mean this Korean chicken. Because.
Oh, you want to get it before you move permanently for the Popeye's chicken sandwich.
No, I'm not moving from this spot until I get that chicken sandwich.
Oh, okay. All right, so Ben, you're live on location then at the Popeyes in Garden Grove.
It's Popeyes Watch 2019, reporting from the field. I'm Ben Somali.
What do you see out there, Ben? How's it looking?
Well, Stu, I gotta say, there's not a lot of chicken, but there's a lot of homeless people.
Shocking. It's hard-hitting reporting by Ben Somali in the field.
There's also no public restroom for me to use.
Just do
empty Popeye's bucket.
Just do what the homeless people do.
What does that, Stu?
Just go to the nearest Starbucks and.
And then you just wait outside because you didn't buy anything. So you're just waiting until somebody goes in and they uses the bathroom, and as they're leaving, you grab the handle.
No,
so that way
David, have you not been following the news? What's been going on in 2019?
No, what happened? Please enlighten me.
Due to some, whatever controversy, Starbucks' new policy is that anyone can use the bathroom even if you don't buy anything.
Whoa.
Wait, I'll be right back, guys. This is Ben signing off.
Signing off to the nearest Starbucks bathroom.
This is Starbucks Bathroom Watch 2019.
Wow.
I'm Ben Simone.
Holy moly, what?
You didn't hear about this?
No, and all of this stuff is dated from like last year.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no conception of time. But yeah, some guy was at a Starbucks and he was just sitting there not buying anything. They asked him to leave. He got all upset. Cops were involved, and then social media outlash, or they're out, whatever. And then then they made the policy that anyone can use the bathroom.
Oh.
Because they thought they were afraid of being called racists.
Oh.
Because the guy was black. Ben, are you actually going to the bathroom right now? Did Ben really walk away from them?
I think he went to go take a leak. He is at a Starbucks down the
This
street.
is Ben Somali reporting back in. I have to report that Starbucks does, in fact, let you use the bathroom without any purchase.
With a
But
free
fuck me,
purchase
I
of
bought
a
a Frappuccino.
venti. So you don't know if they're gonna let you use it for free because
Oh, I
you
bought
bought
it
something.
after.
I'm doing this because I want to, not because I feel guilty for using your bathroom.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, that's
my reality
enlightening.
That's my reality every morning. I have to walk by the whatever crazy homeless person is camping the Starbucks. But yeah. Which,
Wow,
like,
that is crazy.
speaking of which, I mean, I don't want to sound insensitive or all, but why is it when you see homeless people, like certain homeless people, I'll say, like some of them are just like they're just talking and to no one, and like, I mean, do you guys ever see that? Because I feel like I like every one out of like 6 homeless people I walk by is like that. I feel like.
I definitely saw one on my way home that was staring at the back of a signal light, and I was like I was at a stop, and I tried to turn around to see if there was any writing on it, and there was not any writing on it. He was just talking and reading it out loud.
Yeah.
So
outside the scope of my knowledge.
Yeah, because Ben doesn't know what that's about.
Yeah,
Ben's like in his ivory tower in Irvine, just like, oh, homeless. What does that mean?
Oh my!
Oh dear. You say there are people out there without a home? What about their butlers? Where do their butlers stay?
What? You don't have a butler and a maid and a chef? And a driver?
You live in the maid's quarters? If you don't have a house?
And that's the other thing. How come there are so many lower class to middle class people? Why don't people just get better jobs? I don't get it. You just get more money. I mean, come on.
No, yeah. Come on, people. Come on, America.
Did you guys do anything else this week? Did you guys see anything else besides our movie of the week, Dora and the Lost City of Gold?
I watched. I think the only thing I watched was Dave Chappelle's new stand-up on Netflix.
Excellent.
Sticks and Stones. Highly recommend. It's very good. I very much approve.
Do you think there should be a trigger alert on it?
Fuck no. Fuck that.
I mean, you know what you're getting into when you're watching a Dave Chappelle special.
That's true. It's true. I mean, I watched it and I was like, well, I can feel that there will probably be some people who are like, this is really insensitive and all that stuff. And I was like, but it's Dave Chappelle. So what else did you expect?
That's part of the reason why I approve of it so much. I'm very not with the PC stuff. So.
The SJW, that kind of stuff.
SJW, they can all eat a bag of dicks, or they can all eat a what do you call it? A non-binary
bag of genitalia.
Yeah.
How PC of you, Stu?
Yeah, well, you know, it's going on YouTube. I don't want to get this like removed or anything, so.
I'll make sure to edit that one so that it's nice and clean.
So that's all I ever talk about in the podcast.
Stu, stop mentioning non-binary genitalia.
Stu, so what did you think of Dora? Yeah, because the non-binary genitalia.
Nondescript bag or vesicle or receptacle. There it is. Non-binary receptacle of genitalia.
Yeah.
That is Stu's favorite word. So can you go ahead and give us a soundbite?
Dick butt.
All right. So for me this week, I actually finished watching The Boys, and I don't know why, but I got so excited when Butcher actually said the name of the show. He's like, "What about me and the boys?" And I was like, "Wow."
He said it.
Took him that long.
Fucking said it.
Then you just stopped watching.
I literally was just like, oh, I'm done. He said it. So I have no idea how it ends. Ending was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, the
to
ending
an extent.
now that we can talk about it, the ending did feel like kind of what Ben was saying, like rushed. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I forgot what you said, but it
Yeah,
just
yeah.
felt like it kind of like ended, but it like wasn't very satisfying.
It could have been 10 episodes, I think, easily.
Right.
That last episode felt like they were just like, oh crap, we got all this really great content. How do we get from this point to the point where we don't get canceled just in case if there's an ending and there's no season 2?
Right.
Kind of thing.
I think that's kind of like what happened with Narcos a little bit. But I was gonna ask Ben, quick spoiler alert ahead. But Ben, was one of the things that you thought was like rushed or you were not satisfied with was like how A-Train died?
A-Train
Or
didn't
not
die.
Well, not died, but like how he like
went down.
how he was like defeated was just
not
like
really.
oh my heart.
It's kind of a long time coming though.
Yeah. It wasn't so much that. It was. I felt like there were some small tidbits here and there. Man, it's been a while since I've actually watched that or watched The Boys, but there were a few instances where I thought, okay, this is kind of a bit rushed. The what's her name? Queen
Maeve.
Queen Maeve. Yeah, there you go. Queen Maeve. It took me a while to pick up on the fact that she was an alcoholic, but apparently that was supposed to be a bigger issue.
Oh.
That she was going around that she was
Yeah, because I only remember the one scene when she's like trying to get the booty call.
Yeah.
She's drunk, really. So.
Yeah, so I felt like that. They could have spent a little more time on that. I mean.
I would have wanted more Black Noir just because I was like, who is this guy?
Like, well, that's exactly kind of part of
his. Sucks. Everyone except Black Noir. He's doing
kind of his mystery is that he's kind of there and also not there.
Oh yeah, that's what Homelander said, right?
Yeah.
Everyone sucks except Black Noir.
You all have let me down, except you, Black Noir. You're doing a great job.
So, but yeah, no, Boys was fantastic. Thank you for the recommendation. I am trying my best to try to finish Mindhunter, but it's I got caught up in The Boys for the last couple weeks, so.
It's not hard. Just like watch it. It's easy to watch because it's good.
Yeah. So. Speaking of which, did you finish it, right, Stu?
I what?
Did you finish it?
I did finish Mindhunter.
Oh, great. So now we can talk about it. So my favorite
take my headphones off for 25 minutes, come back, and then he goes, and then
the Mindhunter with David.
No. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be awful. So what about you, Ben? What else did you see this week besides the movie of the week?
So I actually did finish Mindhunter this past week.
Oh, wait, I thought you finished it.
Before. No, I didn't. I was like 2 episodes behind. Yeah.
Right.
So I did finish it, and man, I gotta say, I was a really big fan of season 1, but I felt season 2 definitely was better. Really? I didn't have any complaints about season 1, but season 2 felt so much more tense. It was like a really long movie. Like it was like a movie that's 8 hours long, and it was amazing.
Yeah, because I think like in season 1, there's a lot of. I mean, David, you saw season 1 already?
I'm halfway through season 1.
Oh,
God damn it.
God. Well, never mind then.
It's okay. I mean, dude, they already knew how the ending was for Breaking Bad before I started watching it, and it still did not change how compelling it is. So it's fine. I'm okay with it.
I'm still not going to say anything until you've caught up at least a little bit more.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Sorry.
Yeah, you should be.
I am very sorry.
Yeah, sorry, piece of shit. But yeah, Mindhunter, I definitely recommend it. I cannot wait for season 3 if that's ever coming around. Probably will be, but I mean,
they'll make us wait 2 years again.
Fuck, man, it was really good.
Man, damn it, David. All right, whatever. I was gonna say something about season 2, but I guess we'll talk about that some other time.
We could
Okay,
probably
but-
just make next week's episode about Mindhunter. And I'll do
No,
my best to try to
because
jam
It
in
2
all
is
of
coming
them.
out this week, so
Yeah.
Oh, what? No, there's no. What? What? It is what? Mindhunter?
It 2.
What is that?
It's the movie you're too afraid to watch because you're
Actually, it's not because I watched it 1 last week to
Oh, you did?
prepare.
Wait,
I did.
One was
okay.
even scary.
I know. Is this one?
I mean,
Is this okay? This
it
is
had
the
its
one thing.
moments.
Well, yeah, there were some moments where I definitely like jumped a little bit. But my question is, somebody was telling me earlier. I think it was Evan. He was like, "Dude, is this supposed? It was supposed to be a comedy, right?"
No. What?
No, it's a Stephen King book.
Well, yeah, I know that part, but I think the way that they kind of just
but you mean that? Yeah, because it was like half comedy, half horror, right? Because there was
is that the way it was supposed to be?
Wait,
you mean the movie? Was it like, did they make it that way? Then
Yeah.
the answer is yes. But if the original story was supposed to be like that, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I know that there's an original version of it from
Yeah,
like the
there's the
1980s.
Yeah, Tim Curry.
Yeah.
So that one I heard is much more messed up is the word I'm using. So, okay. Well, yeah. So that was for me. What about you, Ben? Besides finishing Mindhunter.
I have been reading up on some reviews for Joker, though.
Ooh.
That's not out yet, is it?
It's not, but it. I can't remember which film festival it was at, but it debuted, and I'm not sure. Is it? Would this be considered spoilers to talk about reviews for a movie coming out?
Depends on how general you are with the review.
I mean, I already don't have high expectations for it.
Okay.
So.
Well, is it thumbs up or thumbs down?
Well, okay. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. It's pretty much a unanimous 2 thumbs up. Like everyone has been raving about it.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Giving like ridiculously high reviews. A lot of reviewers are giving it like a legitimate Oscar run prediction. So
What?
yeah.
Holy. All right. Well, no, that comes out. We'll give it a run for its money and see if it's a joke.
Yeah, I was a little suspicious of Joaquin Phoenix since it's Joaquin Phoenix and he's kind of a goofball, but
I was more concerned with the director. Joaquin Phoenix I felt was like a really interesting choice, but Todd Phillips I believe is the director. He did The Hangover, right?
Joaquin Phoenix?
No, not yeah. You remember he was the guy who lost his tooth. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
No, the director Todd Phillips did The Hangovers, and he also did what was that movie with Miles Teller and Jonah Hill, and they
Who's
sell
flipping coins?
guns. Huh?
Who's flipping coins?
Oh, someone's flipping coins.
Ben.
What? Who did that?
David.
It's a poke. That's not me.
You were about to cop to it.
I don't have a coin in front of me.
You were about to say it's a poker chip or whatever.
Yeah, it sounds like a poker chip.
Anyways, what were you saying, Ben?
So Todd Phillips directed.
Wow.
All right. Yeah.
Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips directed The Hangover and that one movie with Miles Teller and Jonah Hill where they're selling guns.
Oh, the one where they're. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. War Dogs.
Yeah, War Dogs. There you go. And I mean, those movies didn't get the greatest reviews. I mean, the first Hangover was the hit, but everything after that was just like, eh. So this will be interesting to see because this is, there's not a lot of room for comedy in this, and we have a lot of stars in this. So we have a lot of star power. We got, Joaquin Phoenix. We got Zazie Beetz. We got Henry Tyrese. Fuck, what's his name? If you guys ever watched Atlanta, I can't remember his name. Paperboy.
Oh wow, Robert De Niro's in it.
Yeah, Robert De Niro.
Oh, yeah, this would be.
Brian Tyree Henry. There you go. Brian Tyree Henry's in it.
I feel like I'm gonna be biased even when I watch it, even if it's really good.
Because it's not Heath Ledger.
Yeah. Like I feel like Heath Ledger has he's created some pretty big shoes to fill.
Because he's a clown.
Oh yeah. Like as far as I'm like, for me, it's Heath Ledger and then Mark Hamill, and then everyone else is just kind of whatever.
A bag of dicks.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how he compares to the greats.
Yep.
But aside from that, there was one other piece of news that I thought was kind of interesting. Actually, kind of debuted today. I'm not really too sure how accurate this information is, but Brad Pitt recently was in an interview with the New York Times, and he mentioned that Quentin Tarantino wanted to give. Well, okay, let me preface this with something else. Are you guys familiar with the history of the Hateful Eight?
The movie, but not.
Yeah.
You mean like the history of the making of the movie, or
yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, so it went through this whole ordeal where when Quentin Tarantino was first producing the script and everything, someone leaked it, and Tarantino threw a fit, and he actually canceled the production of the movie, and he released the movie as a stage play instead.
Mm-hmm.
So after he vented all his steam, he decided he'll make the movie. However, after the movie was created, Tarantino still wasn't satisfied with it. So what he did was he actually re-edited the movie entirely and released it onto Netflix as like a 3-episode series.
Oh yeah, I saw that pop up on Netflix. I was like, "What is this extended version?" Or
yeah.
I haven't watched it, but okay.
Yeah, so it was pretty much cut into just long form television essentially. Mm-hmm. So Quentin Tarantino wants to do the same thing with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, according to Brad Pitt. Don't know how true that is, but
would you guys be interested? Series on Netflix?
Maybe. I'm not really sure how long it would be or anything. These are just rumors. It was just Brad Pitt on an interview saying that Quentin Tarantino was interested in doing that. Would you guys be interested in watching that?
Yes.
I guess I'd have. I mean, obviously yes. I'd be curious though, is like to go back and watch like the Hateful Eight one that he did to see like what exactly he like made it into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually haven't seen Hateful Eight, so.
Oh, you never saw the regular Hateful Eight movie?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Well, do you think there's a chance that those 3 episodes might just follow like 3 separate story arcs? Like since Bruce Lee wasn't a huge part of the movie, that there might be like a one episode would be just
well maybe
him, and then the other one would be following just Cliff, and the other one just following.
Or maybe they would have Tim Roth, who was supposed to be Burt Reynolds. Maybe they'll actually show him since he was cut from the the theatrical release.
Yeah, maybe there was definitely a lot cut, so I'm excited to see what will happen with that.
Yeah. Because I just can't believe that Quentin Tarantino would shoot a movie with Tim Roth in it and just like not have him in it, because they like do everything. Like as far as they're always in like he's always casting Tim Roth, or Tim Roth is always in Quentin Tarantino movies.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, he was just at the premiere and he's like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Did I forget my keys at home? Did I forget my coffee? Oh no, Tim Roth!
Oh, I cut his entire part.
Okay. All right, well, it sounds like we had a pretty good week. We have our movie of the week to still review. So we're going to step right into it, get down to our box office rundown for this week. This week, staying at number 1 is Angel Has Fallen with 11.8 million. Number 2 was Good Boys, same as last week, but now with 9.5. Lion King jumped up from 5 to now number 3 in the list with 6.9. Fast and Furious stayed right where it was at 6.4 and the 4th spot. Ready or Not has jumped a little bit. Moved up 1 spot from 6 to 5. at 5.9 million. Overcomer drops from the top 3, now at number 6 with 5.6 million. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is holding strong and moved up slightly from 8 to 7. Spider-Man Far From Home was not on the list last week because it had fallen to 15, moved up to 8.
Is this the re-release they did where it's like extended footage?
Yes, with the extended footage.
Okay.
So that probably helped with the infusion. Angry Birds movie 2, which was supposed to be this week's movie, dropped from number 7 to number 9 with 4.2. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is pulling up the rear at number 10 once again for the second week in a row. And our movie pick of the week, Dora and the Lost City of Gold, fell out of the top 10 where it was at number 9 last week, and it fell to number 11. Some of the other notables, the Peanut Butter Falcon, that's the Shia LaBeouf movies, still hasn't cracked the top 10, probably never will. Toy Story is still, somewhere in the top 15, $2.4 million. And some of the other ones are already starting to fade pretty strong. So, guys, any questions, comments, concerns?
So looking at the list, I mean, Spider-Man Far From Home, it jumped up quite a bit because of that re-release with the extended, that extended edition that was released this past weekend. And it looks like Disney's actually taking advantage of that. They played around with that with Endgame, and it seemed to have done wonders for it. I mean, it pushed it over the edge to beat out Avatar as the #1 grossing movie of all time.
Oh my god. Whoever's flipping that coin, it's like really loud.
Endgame released and did the same tactics, and it was proven successful because of its #1 all-time release record
Position.
Yeah. That's word, man. I cannot speak.
I mean,
well, are they definitely? Go ahead.
Oh, are they trying to do the same? I mean, Spider-Man I would imagine, is not nearly close to Endgame as far as money, but are they just trying to make more money off of it?
I assume so. I mean, looking at the numbers, it really did help. I mean, it got 155% more income than it did the previous week, so it really bumped it up, and it went from out of the top 10 to the top 10 again.
Wow.
I mean, it jumped 7 places.
Do you think this is going to be a consistent pattern that we're going to start seeing from all the Marvel movies, where they let one run and then they add 2 more minutes of film at the very end and do an extended release?
I wouldn't
that we're going to
say,
kind of see, because I feel like they were the ones who first started doing like the teasers and the like after credit stuff like that. As far as I can remember, it was only the Marvel movies where people had to stay through the entire credits to be able to catch some glimpse of
the next movie.
The next movie, yeah, the
right.
primer.
So I think Marvel definitely popularized that. However, this tactic where they make an extended cut or something for a movie, I don't think it's very viable for every single movie that they're going to release. Like, say they make Ant-Man 3 or something, right? I don't think that there's going to be enough audience appeal to go see an extended cut of whatever next Ant-Man would show up, just because it's not as popular as, say, Spider-Man. Not only that, but I mean, it was a perfect condition for Disney to re-release Spider-Man this weekend, just because, it was a very damn slow weekend. I mean, I couldn't tell you what was exciting coming out this weekend.
Right.
So the #1 movie that premiered this past week was in number 15 or 15th spot. So
you're saying, what you're saying is that conditions were perfect.
Is this a thing? Is this a reference?
I don't know. Were we supposed to just wait?
All right. Well, someone. I mean, you guys don't. It went right over your heads, but someone will get it.
Okay, we'll keep that in for those people.
Where's the boo noise? Do we still have that sound?
No. I'll put that in.
I need to play it. Okay.
Boo.
You guys are going to be booing yourselves when you realize what that's from, but whatever.
Okay. I'm still booing. I'm going to stick with my boo. Boo.
Boo. All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Since last week's and this week's were so close, outside of the new, I want to put new in air quotations because it's the same movie, but with 2 minutes of extra film, is Spider-Man: Far From Home. So, which Stu had already talked about before. Excellent movie. Ben and also echoed the same sentiment as the ending, the proper ending to the Infinity story arc. Is that what we're calling it? Universe?
Or
Saga.
Saga. There we go. Infinity Saga. So we're going to go into our movie of the week. Chosen by our panel was Dora and the Lost City of Gold.
I mean,
Ben,
let's just be real. I mean, it was because Ben wouldn't shut up about seeing it. So.
And aren't you glad I didn't? Aren't you glad?
That's we'll
find out.
We'll find out right after these messages.
Hey guys, looking for new electronics? Come on down to Good Guys. That's all I got.
Wait, that was it?
Yeah,
that was the thing you built up for?
I wasn't building up anything.
David
just left.
You wouldn't tell me what Good Guys was, and now this is it.
Guys
this
like
is Circus. Come on down. The Good Guys? What's Good Guys?
Stu, we can just have you record a separate one when you think of it.
I'm not gonna do that.
Give me that one. No.
All right, fine. Circus City, Blockbuster, you guys pick whatever.
I don't have anything that can match the blue apron one. That was.
Dude, we already blew our load, Ben.
Yeah, we wasted it.
Well, I was gonna say, come on down to the.
No, we can't say come on down again. That's just the same joke.
Bust into Blockbuster to grab your brand new releases on the release shelf, like Speed 2.
Rent 2 Nintendo 64 games, get a third free.
And if you buy a box of unpopped popcorn and candy, you get a free 4-day rental.
This ad sucks.
Your next.
This is what happens when we try to force it.
I'm not forcing it. Like,
well, we've established
it's okay. We're just gonna cut all of it out.
No, not all of it.
All right, welcome back to the second half of the Dos and a Half Cincos podcast. This is the part where we're going through the movie of the week, Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Ben, what is it about?
Dora, boots. Come on, Dora. 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 Let's go.
That was great.
That was just like the movie.
It was compelling. I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Of course, yes. David, what did you think of the movie?
I thought it was actually decent. Obviously, it's not going to win any awards, except for Ben's surprise pick of the year. I don't know. It's a kids movie, but at the same time, it had its moments. Danny Trejo as Boots the monkey.
I was. Sorry, that's more of a spoiler. Keep going.
Yeah, so his well done. That's all I'm gonna say.
Good movie. Good job.
Yeah, A for effort.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because this movie came out 2019.
Yeah.
Anyone who Dora, I don't know, is Dora still on Nickelodeon right now? Like, are they making new episodes?
I don't know.
But like anyone who would have known, like been into Dora when it was around initially, like they're like Ben's age now, right?
Yeah.
So
very much.
Like, sometimes when I see these movies, it's like who is the target audience? Kind of like when we saw Power Rangers. It's like obviously we went to go see it because it's Power Rangers, but like that was when we were children. Like the children now don't quite have the same attachment to it. I feel like so like same thing for Dora. Like, do kids now like do they know about Dora, or do they just is this just a movie they went to go see because it was a kids movie?
I think it was a movie that was marketed to both groups. You know, it was marketed towards the generation that grew up with Dora, you know, that recognize her, that want to see, you know, this zany plot line of a movie of like Dora actually going out on an adventure and, you know, growing up. And it also, you know, it doesn't like really betray the essence of what that show was, you know, knowledge, you know,
Right.
communicating with kids. So
Yeah.
it's
It's okay to be smart.
It's okay to be smart. It's okay to
and
prove
quirky.
It's okay to be different, have quirks. Yeah, I buy that.
And it's also okay to be nostalgic. Can you say nostalgic?
Wow. Spoilers. But yeah, I mean, I never watched Dora, but I think I knew enough about it to like notice points they were kind of throwing back to the original, like the original show. So I mean, yeah, for me, again, seeing it by myself was a little weird. Still, I mean, once again, I've tried to buy a ticket away from where everyone else would sit, but of course,
the family sat right.
I swear to God,
your lap.
They might as well have a full family sat, because I bought a ticket for like the very like kind of one of the front rows, just because like I didn't think anyone would buy those tickets, but sure enough, even though there's
completely empty,
even though there's plenty of other seats further back, they decided to do that. So then, of course, social anxiety kicks in, and I moved up to the next row to sit by myself.
Nice.
Should we get you like a shirt or maybe a lanyard that says movie reviewer that I have to be here?
I have. Well, I mean, it's over now. The part about not being a grown ass man in the Dora the Lost City of Gold movie was overshadowed by the soul crippling anxiety of having to just sit next to someone or sit in proximity to people at a movie theater by myself. So,
do we need to get you a movie companion, like in the form of a stuffed animal, maybe?
And we can try and see how it does.
Or if anybody who's a fan of 30 Rock, should we get you a Kamiko?
I already have plenty of Kamikos. I mean, wait, no, I don't.
Well, that's how you use the carpool lane, right? No, that's not. No, that's staying.
So yeah, it was. I mean, obviously I wasn't going in with high expectations, but it was fairly enjoyable, even though I felt like I was there against my will. But
yeah, well, I mean, in general, I feel pacing was good. Story didn't drag very much. It definitely had its moments. It kind of reminded me, as I think someone had said, I think it was either Ben or I think Ben said it at one point. It's like a more adolescent version of Tomb Raider with a lot less blood. So it'd just be like a very similar story, like discovering stuff. Jungle puzzles
or comic mischief.
Yes, that is included, especially for a cartoon adaptation of in a live action setting. So, but overall, if I had to give it a rating, I think I would give it probably a 6.5, almost borderline 7. What about you, Stu?
I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll go 5 out of 10.
Okay, Ben.
Probably 6, 7. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's not gonna win any Oscars or any big awards or anything like that, but I definitely had a lot more fun with that movie than I thought I would. Definitely kept me engaged. Did you guys stay through the final dancing scene at the very end?
Yeah, I watched the whole dance, and then I looked up there for a stinger, and I was like, I saw what the stinger was. And I'm like, I don't think this is gonna mean anything to me, so I just left.
I didn't even bother to stay with the stinger. I was like, okay. All right, this movie's done. I'm gonna go now.
Yeah, but yeah, I stayed for the dance scene. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wait, we're not in the spoiler zone yet. Shit.
It's fine. I think that one's okay.
Okay.
We're gonna do so during our during our Twitch stream version of our episode, we'll all do the elephant together.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
The porcupine.
Okay.
The starfish.
All right. Well, any other general thoughts before we get into the deep dive and spoiler zone?
No, not for me.
Ben?
Nope. Let's get to it.
All right. Okay. All right. You guys have been warned. We're once again approaching the spoiler zone, and we're going to be going into a in-depth. Nope, I can't do it.
Hard. We're going hard to the hole.
We're going hard into Dora and the.
Oh my God.
No.
Jesus
Keep going,
Christ.
David.
We're on a list. We are on a list now.
I mean, if we weren't already.
Well, I mean, David's on a list.
David's been on a list, I think. But
David is now going to be featured on Mindhunter. Fuck.
Spoiler. That's a spoiler. That's a spoiler for David.
We're in the spoiler zone.
That doesn't mean you just spoil anything.
At the end of Metal Gear Solid. Oh wait, you're right. Fuck.
Everybody was a Mindhunter all along.
The real Mindhunter was the friends we found along the way.
This is the point where everybody like turns and looks at the camera, and then everybody just awkwardly just stares, and then nothing happens.
That's all right. Anyways, what were you saying, David?
Oh, I'm saying if you guys allow me, I would like to just talk about Danny Trejo's like 2 lines,
2.5
4
seconds.
lines that he has.
Yeah,
yeah. I thought he was
pick with you, but yeah, go ahead, David.
I feel like I might be trampling a little bit on you, Stu, when I'm gonna say all this stuff.
Right.
Is that
you pick the bone for me? I'll just.
All right. So
I'll just be
I don't know if
man.
it's the same. It might be the same bone. If it's not, if we're holding on to the same wishbone, dude, it's gonna be hell to pay.
Right.
Danny Trejo had 2 lines. Benicio del Toro said the same 3 lines the entire time as Swiper the Fox. I was sold that there was going to be more talking by those guys. Those guys didn't do anything.
Explain yourself.
The entire movie.
It was strange that they announced these casting decisions like so far ahead in advance that you'd think that they would be more prominent. But I wish I didn't read them, so it was more of a surprise that when you hear their 1 or 2 lines, just like, oh fuck, it's it's Danny Trejo and Benicio del Toro.
I almost wasn't even sure that was him when you started talking.
Swiper sounded like George Clooney, as in like
him too. I was like, I don't.
Fantastic Mr. Fox. If you hadn't told me it was Benicio del Toro, I would have been like, what is George Clooney? Did they steal George Clooney's character from Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Right. I mean, I will say I did enjoy Swiper the Fox's lines. I thought they were kind of funny, but
yeah, I think Benicio del Toro really sold
right.
it. Yeah.
But I was really let down by how little Boots or / Danny Trejo actually talked, which was, like David said, 2 lines.
I think the payoff for it was good.
I mean, for the surprise was great, but then there was no payoff pitch after that.
I think the payoff was that he pretty much, it was just another meta joke, a self-aware joke where it, going through the story, it's at that point at which the hero is weak and needs, assistance or something. He's like, oh no, I can't do this on my own. But the wise old mentor
comes in.
Yeah, the wise old mentor comes in and gives words of wisdom, and Danny Trejo pretty much like sums up everything that she needed to do. In a spiritual sense.
So, quick question, because I didn't watch the show. Did Boots actually talk in the show?
Yeah.
So he was like a featured character then in the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and the talking map and the talking backpack. I wanted more.
I was expecting a lot more, not just like her childhood fantasy of that happening.
Childhood fantasy? You mean drug?
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe
she's a hallucination.
Poison frog or something.
If you went back in time,
if
you went back in time and told a little kid, "Hey, there's gonna be a Dora movie where she gets high," I mean,
they wouldn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, Dora pretty much was tripping balls. I mean, that's
no. I'm talking about the beginning of the movie.
Oh yeah, that too.
So you're telling me the name of the movie should have been Dora Does Molly in the Lost City of Gold,
or something. But
yeah, David, I was referring more to the very beginning when she was a child and pretending that the
oh yeah, they were okay.
Not when she was tripping balls. Yeah. So, which is weird to me that they would have, they'd have Swiper the Fox, who is a talking fox that nobody bats an eyelash at, but then they wouldn't have Boots be talking or her backpack and the map talking.
Yeah.
That was a little jarring for me, but because I wanted more. I was expecting. That's what I was expecting when you told me about the map and the backpack. I was like, I thought there'd be more talking backpack, basically. Okay. The one thing that just surprised me, I kind of exclaimed earlier, but then held off, was that I was looking at the cast, and I was like, holy shit, Diego is Mark Wahlberg's nephew.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, what?
So there is a funny story about that. I want to cover that later, but since we're talking about
covering it now, then.
Yep. So, what's his name? Something Wahlberg. Jeff Wahlberg. What's his name?
Yeah,
Jeff Wahlberg was originally not in the movie at all. He was. There was a different actor playing Diego at the time when they were doing production. He got fired, and they had to replace him with Jeff Wahlberg and had to reshoot all his scenes.
Wow.
Was it Michael Cera?
No, it was not Michael Cera. It was an actor named Mick Moreno.
Why did they fire him?
So there weren't any official reports as to what happened, but
you heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Breaking news.
There were some on-set confirmations that the actress playing Dora was getting a little too close with the actor playing Diego.
What do you mean by too close? As in, like, they were.
I
need you to hit me on the head with what you're trying to say, Ben.
Yeah, stop dancing around it, Ben.
Well, okay, so the news articles I've read have stated...
You need to get on the same list that David's on, so just say it.
They use the term kissing cousins a lot.
Kissing cousins.
But wait, isn't it important for on set for there to be like a chemistry between, starring actors and actresses? Isn't that kind of important?
I suppose so, but I guess there was some concern that because Mick Moreno was 20 and the actress playing Dora was 17, that could have caused some issue, but I don't know.
I've heard of other real world people having those kinds of relationships, so I don't see it as a big. If the age difference was wider than that, then okay, yeah, it gets a little weird.
Yeah, so I'm not really too sure what the issue was, even if they were having like an on-set romance or something. But if it were something so major that it was affecting work or something, or it was affecting publicity or their public image, then I guess it was something really bad.
If they're doing, I don't know. If they're doing press junkets and like she's just like all over him, or he's all over
holding
her.
hands.
Yeah.
Or they're just
in the middle of like a shoot, like all of a sudden it's just like, all right, we're gonna take a 2-minute recess, and they're just making out in the corner.
Yeah, just the whole time. Like, all right, guys, come on.
Hey, put the monkey back.
Yeah, maybe they're just blowing each other between takes. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, for some reason she seemed much more unhappy when Jeff Wahlberg was in the scenes. It seemed much more like cousins then.
I was about to make a comment about
get on the list with me, Stu.
No, it won't be that kind of list, but I was gonna make a comment, but then I just fact checked myself that I was just make a comment something about there's nobody's upset about Jeff Wahlberg portraying a Hispanic person or whatever, but he's actually half Dominican, so it's fine.
Wow.
That's why there's no. That's why there's no. No one's upset about it. Because if it was like Mark Wahlberg, oh boy,
That would have been awesome.
Mark Wahlberg as Diego. Or yeah. So.
I'm imagining the Mark Wahlberg version from what's that movie he did with The Rock where they were always working out.
Game.
Oh, Pain and Gain, yeah.
Yeah. That's the version of Mark Wahlberg as Diego that I want.
Okay.
That would have been pretty good.
Let me see. I think another one. I mean, I didn't have much to. There wasn't much for me to like really latch onto in the movie, other than I really like pretty much any scene that Michael Pena was in. Those were like my favorite parts of the movie.
I gotta say, as someone who hasn't even seen Dora before, I actually really enjoyed this movie.
I thought you said you watched it when you were a kid.
No, I haven't. I do like.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard the theme song, but that's about it.
I thought that's why you wanted us to watch it so badly, but.
Oh no, I just want to watch it because Dora the Explorer, and she's like, Indiana Jones.
Except the child
Except the child, and let me tell you, yeah. I would say like it was really interesting. They has there really been a different movie in which they took this property, like a really old property that was aimed towards children, and then retooled it so that it would be more appealing to the same group that has grown up? But
Teletubbies.
I mean, are you saying Power Rangers doesn't fit that description?
Not really. I wouldn't say Power Rangers really fits that description because Power Rangers, it's.
Oh, they had all those additional iterations of it, I guess.
Yeah, they had the additional iterations, and it's still just giant robots at the end of the day. It's not too big of a leap to say that people in our age group would be attracted to that. I'm saying.
What about Lion King?
I mean, I didn't watch it, but there was still a large group of people that ended up watching it, and I don't know. I don't think that's that big of a leap. I mean, something like this, where it was aimed not just at kids, but at
cartoon.
Very early stage children. Like this is a show that was teaching you about Spanish and all that. It's like Blue's Clues.
That would be a movie I'd see.
Blue's
or
Clues?
Barney. How about Barney?
Or what about the gritty Blue's Clues where like he's a he's like a private eye in the 30s or something.
So
what was the name of the guy that
you're talking about? Scruff McGruff.
No, but Blue's Clues.
He's Blue's Clues, but
fine.
older.
Blue Scruff McGruff. Is someone typing in Blue Scruff McGruff?
Yeah, I think that'd be actually. I would love to see that. That'd be great. What was the name of the guy that was the buddy with that was
the original
owner?
Guy?
Yeah.
Didn't he get in trouble for something?
No, what's his character's name? Not
no,
him.
but I'm saying
Steve.
the act.
Steve, yeah. Steve and
Steve?
Blue are on the part of the thin blue line, something like that.
I don't think Thin Blue Line's gonna fly with the millennial audiences. I think we need to retool that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Blue's Clues, making a noir, black noir.
Ooh, Blue's Clues teams up with Black Noir.
Oh
Blue's Clues Noir. Yeah, there we go. Instead of Steve or whoever, it's Black Noir and Blue's Clues. I think we can pitch this now.
Wow.
You heard it here first. Breaking news. Black Noir and Blue's Clues. All right.
Well, I think his name's just Blue, but
yeah. Oh, Blue and Black Noir.
Black
and Blue Noir.
Clues.
No, just Black and Blue.
Ooh, Black and Blue.
There we go.
That. Noir and Blue. Black and Blue.
No, I think we got it.
Oh, that'd be it. Black and Blue.
No.
I think we got it already.
Okay. What was it?
It's in the can already, David.
Oh, we already shot it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, where were
Okay.
you?
Well, any other closing thoughts on Dora and the Lost City of Gold?
I really, really, really enjoyed the ending song dance thing
Yeah, that
because
was actually pretty. Yeah, it was almost like kind of um like in
Watching like a Bollywood movie.
no, well, I guess if you like the dancing part, I was gonna say more along the lines, and I guess the whole movie might have had some of this too, but like I think the ending song was kind of more exemplary of it, where like in like say like in Shrek or those kinds of movies where it's like kind of it's mainly a children's movie, but they throw in jokes that are kind of more for the grown-ups.
yeah,
So I like when when he says that he's got dysentery. I thought that was
yeah,
funny. Just
and
because it kind of caught me from like by surprise. I was not expecting them to like say something like that in a children's movie. So
yeah. Um, well, I guess I like the song for a different reason.
okay, you
The
just like okay.
no
I just like
the
poop jokes, I guess. So
no the actual lyric for the song was something I kept saying for the past 2 weeks, where
wow.
whenever we talked about Mindhunter, it's like, who is Mindhunter? Oh, the real Mindhunter was the friends we found along the way, and they literally said the real treasure were the friends we found along the way.
So you're saying they stole your line and they put it in the movie, and
Yeah,
you want
I'm
restitution?
no, I'm letting them run with it. They
Oh,
took
okay.
it. They stole Swiper stole it,
Oh,
and
damn
he stole
swiper.
my heart.
Okay.
Yeah, I overall really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was, really well done. The humor translated pretty well. Kept kept Dora in character, but her upbeat personality kind of made for like some really great jokes. I felt. The man, I can't even think of a specific one, but her personality and her actress did a really good job. And I really like the whole take where an homage to pretty much Indiana Jones,
Oh yeah.
essentially. It was like an Indiana Jones movie for kids. Even the ending where
Yeah.
we
I
get
didn't.
into the
I mean,
whole.
I go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, well, the whole ending was even like an Indiana Jones movie where, the whole time they're trying to use facts and logic to get through this, and then at the end it's some supernatural entity
Right.
that they have to go up with, and all logic is out the window. You know, I really enjoyed that part.
I mean, maybe I'm just old now or whatever. I was just sitting there going like, Indiana Jones did it better. That's because like
Wait,
they're
which
literally
one?
showing their Last
Crystal
Crusade.
Skull, right?
Oh my god.
I mean, it was pretty much Last Crusade. That's
It
what
was
I
the
liked
whole
about it.
they bit the entire like last scene or like that whole
Yeah,
scene of choosing the Christ cup or
yeah,
whatever. And
yeah.
I didn't really appreciate it just because I was like, kid, he was like, you stupid kids. If you want to see this scene, go watch Last Crusade. But
I
so
think it was a good homage to it.
I mean, I don't even know. I wouldn't call it homage because it was like a shot for shot. Like they just like stole the
remake,
whole
but
scene.
instead of Indiana,
Yeah,
it's Dora.
it's kind of like when like the whole thing with like Avatar being just a complete ripoff of Dances with Wolves. Kind of.
Dances with Wolves was a ripoff of Pocahontas.
I think it's the other way around.
No, it was Pocahontas. Pocahontas was the first movie ever made.
Oh, what do you mean? Like, wait, in film history?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
I mean,
fact
can
check.
you paint with all the colors of the wind?
I'm fact checking that shit right now.
Gonna make
Yep.
sure I
The fact
know.
that you're fact checking this, my God, I guess you really don't like film, Stu.
When moving pictures were invented in 1995, Pocahontas was the first ever. Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, see,
Fucked up.
yeah, you did.
Shit. Sorry.
Yeah, you should be. You should know that Christian Bale was one of the earliest actors of our generation. Well, not of our generation, of film
Christian
history.
Bale was in that.
Yeah.
Holy shit, he was. I forgot about that.
Okay, so that's an actual fact. That's a real fact.
The first star of screen moving pictures, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, yes. But yeah, overall, I was surprised at how much I liked the film.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Even though I was not I was like doing my best to not enjoy myself, but yeah, that's why I got it. I gave it a 5.
Nice.
Because if I had just not seen it at all, it would have just been like a 0 out of 10. So it wore me down. It it had its moments. The moments were enough to break through my defenses. So
Nice. David, any closing remarks?
I did not think to compare it with Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
what?
I hadn't seen it in so long.
You haven't seen Last Crusade?
I have. He chose wisely.
Yeah,
He
that was
chose
the
wisely.
That was the whole scene.
He chose wisely. They never even
Yeah, but
say
she
that.
didn't-
Did they? It was he
Dora?
chose poorly.
No, he says he says you chose
poorly.
wisely. He says that to Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
says he chose poorly about the guy who chose poorly.
Okay.
The
I
Nazi.
didn't know if he said something to Indiana Jones after.
No, he did. I'm
Oh,
pretty
okay.
sure he
I was like, did I remember that wrong? Like, first after you had said that, I was like, oh crap, did I forget? I remember this wrong.
No, you got it. You got it.
Okay.
But the
Oh,
fact
okay.
that you got it, but the fact that you did not pick up on that during Dora is the more troubling part.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Well,
Even the cup, even the bowl that she picked up was like tarnished and worn.
Yeah, I know. 'cause
Exactly
it was
like how the one in Last Crusade was.
Well, yeah, because it was Christ would have used he was a carpenter. He
Right.
wouldn't have, used the most extravagant looking
yeah.
cup.
So
Yeah.
even that scene was just like they just bid it completely. And maybe
But they didn't stop the disaster by putting the cup back.
well, okay, so I'm not referring to anything else that happened after
Oh,
that.
you're just talking about that exact. I was like, no, what I mean is, I didn't notice like the entire. I thought you guys were talking about the entire movie was a shot-for-shot remake.
No.
Oh, just that one spot. Oh yeah, I got that part.
Okay.
I was just like, wait, you're telling me Indiana Jones had a talking sidekick?
Every
yeah.
each movie had a talking sidekick. It
Yeah,
was,
Short Round. His name was Short Round.
Short Round. Yeah, who can forget
He
Short
kept
Round?
repeating. He never said a single word. He just kept repeating his name.
Yeah,
Short.
like a Pokemon.
Yeah, short round. Yeah. Okay.
Is someone
All right,
using their mic as a speed bag?
A speed bag?
It's like
Like
slapping it.
the boxers. They do the one-handed circle thing, punch.
Oh, like this?
Yeah,
So
sure.
now you know who it was.
Yeah.
All right. So that for me, that I don't have very much to talk about. It was decent. It was okay. I thought Ready or Not was way better. So
Obviously,
if we're comparing movies, I feel like we were probably built it up a little bit too much because we had been talking about it for the last 3 weeks, and Ben kept bringing it up. But other than that, I thought it was fine.
I mean, whose fault is that?
Ben's fault.
Yeah, Ben's fault.
No, I think it's just your guys'
I wanted to watch Angry Birds 2.
I think I would have shot myself.
Then it would have been uno and a half cincos.
It's true. Then who? I mean, I can't dunk on David by myself. That's like
Yeah, you need to all of you.
Yeah, the rim's too high. Like,
I mean,
I
let's
can't-
be
I
honest. It's not very high. It's
that's
like,
true.
I mean, you don't even have to reach up. You just bend down and there it is. You
you
know.
it's not even a dunk anymore. It's just like you drop it into the basket.
All right, I think that wraps up our section of the in-depth review of Dora and the Lost City of Gold. We are now exiting the spoiler zone. Please make sure to keep all hands and feet inside the vehicle as we exit the spoiler zone.
Wait, why would you keep your hands and feet inside the spoiler zone if you're exiting?
If
the
you're
spoiler
leaving, you
zone?
don't make any sense,
That
David.
doesn't make sense. Like, oh,
No, I
hey,
said,
keep your hands
As
and
we're
legs inside the
leaving,
ride
keep
when
your
you're
hands and
getting
feet
out.
inside the vehicle, not
What?
inside the spoiler zone.
In the vehicle, you
Oh,
wouldn't do
wait,
that on a roller coaster ride.
No. I think I got it, Ben.
Oh.
This is like we're like in Jurassic Park, and we're in the jeeps that are being on the rail, And so we have to stay inside the Jeeps as we're exiting Jurassic Park.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that's what he was trying to say.
So you're saying we're about to get fucked.
Well, yeah, because then the T-Rex is gonna come get us. Luckily, David's gonna chicken out and go run to the bathroom just to be the first one eaten.
And then we'll say he left us.
Yeah.
He left us.
Then Jeff Goldblum comes to save the day.
You gotta go.
Must go faster. All right. All right. This is where we pick the movie of this week. I think for this week it's pretty obvious. Nothing big's coming out, so it's going to be the Angry Birds movie 2.
Saw that coming a mile away.
It's going to be It 2.
Oh boy, where's my gun? I need to.
This week I think we all are in agreement. The biggest movie that's coming out is going to be It Chapter 2. Anybody else have anything else that they wanted to see instead?
Oh, obviously.
Night Hunter or
Night Hunter. What?
I don't know. I'm just looking at IMDb. I'm just looking at Rotten Tomatoes and what's coming out. It's It Chapter 2. 68% on Rotten Tomatoes. Eddie at 63%. Night Hunter at 8%. The one that Night Hunter has, what is his name? Ben Kingsley in the movie. Nathan Fillion. How do you say his name? Fillion?
Nathan Fillion?
Yeah. From the Firefly movie and series.
I thought you were trying to make up a movie based off of Mindhunter, and you just said Night Hunter because you couldn't think of anything.
That does sound very fake.
Joke is on you. It's a real movie with 8%.
Why does it say it came out in 2018?
Does it? It says release date September 6, 2019.
I'm looking at it saying release date September 28, 2018. Are we talking about the same movie? Are there two Night Hunters?
Ben Kingsley.
Let me check.
And Henry Cavill, the guy who played Superman.
Yep.
Did they already release this before?
IMDb says it's 2018, so I don't know what you're looking at. Are they re-releasing it?
2019. Oh, maybe. I don't know. But yeah,
it was so good in 2018 they had to re-release it for 2019.
And then so that everybody can just crap all over it and give it the 8% audience score.
Yeah, like I saw this movie last year. Why is it out again?
But yeah, so I think it's pretty obvious. It Chapter 2. It's going to be
It's pretty obvious. Sorry.
This week's episode is brought to you by Hotels.com and this Captain Obvious, hosted by Stu.
What?
Played by Stu.
I don't want to have to pretend to be the Captain Obvious guy. That's too much work. Also, it's like too corny.
I didn't get that at all. What was the Captain Obvious?
You must obviously not watch NBA on TNT then, or Shaqtin' a Fool, because he is the mascot of that.
Okay, anyway, never mind. We're just gonna leave that.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we're not gonna. As I've forced it. Okay, so this week I think we're all in agreement. It's gonna be It Chapter 2. The tagline is "It Ends." Do you actually think that this is actually going to complete the? Usually most movies are trilogies, right? Whenever they have like a sequel.
Well, so this movie is pretty much already established as the first part of the story is when the kids first encounter it,
and then 27 years later they have to come back to finish off the job.
I mean, I don't know if that was part of the book. Did that happen in the book?
Yeah, that happened in the book.
Oh, okay.
Was there a second book that they wrote, or was it in the same book?
No, it was the same book.
I thought Thomas had told me that the book ended with all of the kids, and this is what's going to get me on the list. All the kids in the book having like a gangbang on the
Oh
girl.
yeah, no, that did happen. Yeah, that.
But I thought that
did
was
happen.
like the end. I thought that was like towards the end, so I didn't think they would have like a 27 years later part. So
Oh, I mean,
That doesn't really ruins their innocence 27 years later.
no, but I was just saying that I thought that part of the book was towards the conclusion of this It story. So I didn't think they had like a adult when they were grown-ups part, but
Is it not?
what
Was it not the ending?
I don't know.
So.
Well,
Well, I guess
whatever. It's happening.
We'll have to find out this, next week's episode of
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh man, gotta watch Goku charge up a spirit bomb for 28 minutes, only to not throw it until the next week's episode.
Will Goku finally finish charging
chapter
the spirit ball? Will
it-
Gohan finally pass his
chapter
driving
3.
exam? Find out on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z.
I must have be misremembering how Dragon Ball Z worked. While Goku was out fighting Frieza or Cell or something, Gohan was just like doing regular teenager stuff, like pop quizzes and driving exams.
There was
his
an
first
episode where
dance. Who is he going
Goku-
to take to the dance?
There was an episode where Goku and Piccolo took a driving test. So, I mean,
Life lessons.
It's not far.
Dragon
It's
Ball Z.
not far removed. Okay.
yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of the Dose and a Half Cincos podcast. I'm your host, David.
And I'm Stuart.
And I'm Ben.
Join us next week when we review It Chapter 2. See you guys next time.
Yeah, fuck that band guy, though, for real.
Oh wait, we're not keeping that, right?
Oh no, we're keeping that part.
Oh, we could fix that in post.
That was gold. That
We
one's
could-
the perfect
no,
one.
we
I
could-
like that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's
We could
staying
just
in.
take it
It's
out.
gonna stay in.
We could just put something else.
Nope. Dude,
Nicer,
sorry, Ben.
maybe.
Sorry, Ben. Outro music's already coming in over here.